Hello and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Lately I have been doing a lot of best of 3 and I came across a new deck that I'm really interested in and that I have just finished building because of wildcards and all of that stuff. And we are playing Azorius Tempo today, which is kind of like a tempo control mid-range deck that wants to win by simply controlling the board and controlling the stack and then attacking with a few flyers. The most strongest beta that we have in this deck is the Stoic Sphinx. It's a 4-mana 5/3 with flash and flying, and it has hexproof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. This is probably one of the only cards that, if the scenario is right, is being cast in our turn, simply so that we have hexproof for our opponent's turn, so that they don't have any removal ready. I have been facing a lot of Dimir Midrange, which packs a bunch of Go for the Throats, for example, so this card is a great answer to simply prevent our opponents from using all of their instant speed removal. And this is, as I've said, our strongest beta. When it comes to card advantage, we do play Enduring Curiosity, because whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Due to the fact that we do play a lot in the air, we have kind of like some inbuilt evasion, so we can draw a bunch of cards if this card sticks around, and due to it dying and then coming back as an enchantment, it is really hard to interact with, so your opponents will need some enchantment removal too. For even more advantage, we play Errant and Giada, a 3-mana 2/3 with flash and flying. We may look at the top card of our library anytime, and we may cast spells with flash and flying from the top of our library, which in some scenarios also really helps us out a lot, simply because of the fact that this whole deck is built around flash and flying. So we can play quite a few cards from the top of our library. One of my favorite cards in this deck, I really like playing this card, is Aven Interrupter, a 3-mana 2/2 with flash and flying, and when it enters exile target spell, it becomes plotted, and that means that our opponent can cast the spell at sorcery speed a turn later, and spells your opponent's cast from graveyards or from exile cost 2 more to cast. This is very disrupting for our opponents, simply because we bring another body to the board and we just exiled their spell that they wanted to resolve. And this card is great because of Cavern of Souls also being in the meta right now, and we can simply prevent our opponents from resolving the creatures even though they are uncounterable, because we do not counter them, we exile them, and this tempo advantage can really help us out a lot. Then we come to a little bit of interaction. Normalize, a 2-mana instant. We can counter a spell unless its controllers pays 3, and if it was countered this way, we exile it. Due to the Infinite Life Drain combo with the Enduring Tenacity and a few other cards that have graveyard synergies, Normalize is a great counterspell in the current meta, and yeah, simply worth playing. We do play Floodpit Dranos. This is a 2-mana 2/1 with Flash and Vigilance, and when it enters, we can tap target a creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. For 2 mana, in tapping it, we shuffle a creature with a stun counter on it and the Floodpit Drowner into their owner's library. This is one of the cards that, when it comes to sideboarding, is one of the cards that often gets replaced first, but it is a great card for the first matchup in a 3v1, simply because you can do a lot with this card. It is a simple beta with Vigilance on the ground, and we can slow down our opponent's aggro strategies. We also play Fairy Mastermind, a 2-mana 2/1 with flash and flying, and whenever an opponent draws the second card each turn, you draw a card. Up the Beanstalk is a card that for some reason is still allowed in Standard, and this is a great way to answer this card, because we want to keep our counter and interaction spells for all of these spells that bring our opponent their game-winning turn. And so we are fine to let Up the Beanstalk resolve, but we also want to profit from it, because we all have been there, that either if you don't draw any profit from Up the Beanstalk, or if you don't answer it, this game or this card will win you the game. But if you can also profit from it due to Fairy Mastermind, it is card neutral for the whole game scenario, and that's fine for us, and this is also the reason why we play Fairy Mastermind. Due to the fact that we play Soul Partition, we have a great synergy with Aven Interrupter, because Soul Partition answers non-land permanents and it exiles them, and its owner may play them, but they cost 2 more to cast, simply because they have to cast it from exile. That alone by Soul Partition itself, but due to Aven Interrupter, it will cost a total of 4 in addition to its normal mana costs. So Soul Partition is a great way to answer non-land permanents in this meta. And with Aven Interrupter, there have been games where I was like, okay, our opponents will not be able to cast all of that stuff or the exiled card again in this game, because it was just too fast. Get Lost, a premium removal currently in Standard, a 2-mana instant, destroy target creature, enchantment or planeswalker. This is relevant because I am also facing a bunch of Kaito flash decks, and at least in our turn we can get rid of it, because not all of our creatures are strong enough to simply beat Kaito down in one turn, so Get Lost is a great answer in our turn, but for the price of its controller creates 2 map tokens. We play Into the Floodmoor, a 1-mana instant. We can return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand, and if we have gifted a tapped fish, we can return a non-land permanent. The thing about Into the Floodmoor is also that I have found out for many aggro matchups, it's not the best card. It also gets sideboarded, but it helps us to delay our opponent's powerful turns a little bit, and in a tempo deck, it makes a lot of sense to play this card. And last but not least, we also play 3 Steps Ahead, a 1 blue instant with Spree. For additional 2 mana, we can counter target spells, so it's an unconditional counter spell in comparison to Normalize, where opponents can still pay for the spell. And for +4, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, which can be a game-changing play if we are currently leading in the game. For example, if our opponent completely taps out to resolve a Shieldred, for example, we can just create a token copy of, for example, the Aven Interrupter, exile the spell because the copy also enters, so we can exile the Shieldred and it will cost a total of 4 more, and we just got another beater. And for an additional 2 mana, we can draw 2 cards and discard a card, which is just getting deeper into our deck, which I have also done quite a few times when the timing was right. So overall, this is the normal version that you will most likely always run into games with from the start. And then we come to our sideboard. We play 4 copies of Elspeth Smite. We got 2 negates if we end up in control matchups and need more interaction power for spells on the stack. Against graveyard decks, we play 2 copies of Kutziel's Flanker, a 3-mana free 1 with Flash, and when it enters, we can choose 1. We can either put a 1-1 counter on it for each creature that left the battlefield under your control this turn. This is a scenario that won't happen too many times. We can also choose to gain to life and scry 2, which we do a lot in aggro matchups, because it is also simply a blocker, and we can gain life and scry towards answers against our opponent's strategy. And most relevant against graveyard strategies, we can exile target player's graveyard, which is relevant for the current Simic deck. And simply any reanimator strategy, which is also sometimes seen in the current meta. So this deck, this Kutziel Flanker also does a lot of work. Then we play 2 copies of Destroy Evil, simply to either answer Shieldreds, we answer Crabs, Terrors, we answer a few Animate lands of Gruul aggro matchups. And yeah, Destroy Evil does a lot of work. If we really want to make sure and get or play against our opponent's graveyard strategies, we play 1 copy of Rest in Peace. This is sadly a card that we have to play in our turn, which is contradictory to what our actual game strategy is. But when it enters, we exile our graveyards, and if a card or token would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, we exile it instead. So this is a really heavy answer against our opponent's graveyard strategies. Due to the fact that we play Flash, we also play Tishana's Tidebinder, a 3-mana free 2 with Flash, and when it enters, we can counter up to 1 target activated or triggered ability. And if it was from an artifact, creature, or planeswalker, it loses all its abilities for as long as Tishana's Tidebinder remains on the battlefield, which is a great answer. I did add a few copies of Jace the Perfected Mind, a 4-mana 5 loyalty completed planeswalker. I haven't sideboarded it yet because I don't think that it's any more relevant in the current meta. I do want to test out, for example, let me quickly search it. But as I've said, I just want to test it out. I want to at some point test the Wandering Rescuer, a 5-mana free 4 with Flash, Convoke, and Double Strike, and other tapped creatures you control have hexproof, because it's also a cool reactive creature and also a powerful beater due to it having first strike, and we can protect all of our creatures simply by attacking with them, and then they get hexproof. So also maybe a great answer in a Dimir Midrange setup where our opponent packs a bunch of removal, so I would like to simply test that one out. But it also requires us to have a heavy board state. But you never know how games end, so I want to test that out at some point in our sideboard. Could actually do that right now. Let's do it like this. Remove 1 Jace, put this one in. And yeah. Alright guys, this is the deck. I would say we jump into a few games and then we see how this deck does. Okay, we are on the draw with a horrible starting hand. We do have to mulligan and there's only 1 land. We are on the draw, so we can risk to keep it. But I'm not a fan of it. We got our first interaction here. Yeah, I guess I will take another mulligan. Okay, at least here we can ditch 2 lands. But still not too happy with the scenario. Our opponent also had to take quite a heavy mulligan. Yeah, okay. They of course got bats. Probably taking Soul Partition. It made more sense that they took no more lies. Okay. They are probably stacked with removal in hand. Okay, they do got Fairy Mastermind here. Okay. Our opponent is also stuck on lands, so they will most likely go for the Explore here. Okay, and they also found a tapped land. Okay, we are able to ambush. So let's take out that. Now we got our counterspell back. Find a land. Sadly tapped. But we can deal with that. Yeah, I'm fine taking 3 here. I just want to be able to answer anything that they want to cast. Okay. Okay, we found a land on top. It's good. Okay, we could answer Fairy Mastermind now. And still have our counterspell ready. So we deny them the card draw. The only thing that we don't get is... we can also flash in Stoic Sphinx and it will have hexproof. I think that sounds worth it. Okay, Preacher. We can answer that next turn. They do have 2 mana open, so they probably want to use one of their go for the throats. Or cut down. Okay. They don't have a window here, so we will just start swinging in. Let's see if they double block. No, they don't. We should answer things now. Simply that our Stoic Sphinx has hexproof in their turn, because I do expect them to have removal. Which is why I would like to Soul's Partition... yeah, Preacher. They can recast it. But then we got our counterspell. Another Preacher, yeah, that one will resolve. Coming in for another 3, that's fine for us. Let's try to get their removal out of their hand. We will offer them to kill our Sphinx now. Okay, they don't take it. We got our land. Now we get enough mana available to go for Curiosity and Normalize. Another Preacher. Yeah, that's fine for us. They are starting to hold back on blockers. That's kind of telling me that they don't have removal. Interesting. Okay. Let's take care of Preacher. Swing in, draw a card, in the best case. Yeah, okay, we also gave them one this way. Too bad. Didn't think about that, but our pressure is really, really good. And we got 2 counterspells ready. Yeah, do you really want your Shelly? They are kind of forced to pay. No, now they want to go for the throat. Yeah, we will counter that. Nice. Okay, we are up against Shelly, we are up against Preacher, so we definitely should go for some Destroy Evil. They do have a bunch of flyers, so I think we can first of all take out into the Floodmaw. Yeah, I also like Elspeth's Smite in this setup, simply to be able to answer Fairy Mastermind and the Bat. Aside from that, I think we are good here. Yeah, we cannot keep this. If we would draw a land, it would be kinda like perfect. We got so much interaction, it's crazy. But we just got one land. And if we don't draw a white source, we are screwed. This is better. I hate ditching the land, but... yeah, we gotta go for Anchorage here. If they got Bat now... yeah, they always have Bat. Probably taking Get Lost and never attacking with Bat. Okay, interesting. But now they know that they cannot commit to the board, simply because we got counterspells and everything. Could take care of the Siren now. But no. Okay, Fairy Mastermind on top. It seems like maybe they didn't find the land they needed. I'm pretty sure that they do have interaction ready. And if I get lost now, they might be able to explore again. Yeah, they want to go deep, so we will take it for now. Wait for their end step. Maybe Flash and Fairy Mastermind. Let's see if they do have interaction. Probably cut down. Oh no, okay. We found our land, that's perfect. Okay, our opponent also hitting land drops. Another bet. Nope. Not sure why they flashed in Fairy Mastermind now, but okay. We can answer several threats here, that's great. They might still activate Fairy Mastermind here. But it's their turn. So if they really want that card, okay. Take two. Yeah, now they start exploring. Found first land. Kaito on top. Kaito is a problem. Kaito is definitely a problem. But there's not much I can do about it. I can trade Kaito for Curiosity. No, it has to be unblocked. Yeah, okay. Yeah, too bad.
This is where things out of the shadow and into the fray.
Probably going to draw a card.
My eyes are as sharp as my sword.
I could bring out Avon. But then we don't pressure Kaito enough. I mean, they will block Enduring anyways. Yeah, too bad we didn't hit our land drops. I think we gotta accept this one. Okay, found their animate land. Another normalize. Yeah, and I think they got us now. Yeah, pretty much. All they have to do is animate their land. Which they don't, interesting.
Now I know your weakness.
Let's try to counter it, see if they pay. They never go for the throat. Happy to counter that one. Also happy to counter the bet. I don't want to say that they threw it here, but definitely feels like it. If they animate the land, we can... Well, first of all, we will answer Shelly here. Soul Partition is great. Let's draw 2. Destroy Evil is great. Another Soul Partition. Yeah, this time won't be doing much about that. It's a 4/4. Okay. Well, let's see. We can go for 11 damage next turn in our upkeep. No, it's too... That's too risky. Let's go after their land. And then simply for timing reasons, we will also Soul Partition Sheoldred now. Then we can go to our turn. We could animate land, attack, but it ain't worth it. Let's attack first. Draw 2 cards, see what we find. Land, another land, it's not good. We got answers in hand and more pressure. That's the most important thing. Okay, back up Shelly. And a Preacher. Okay, so we flash in Sphinx. We will partition Sheoldred. So we draw. We draw a down. Yeah, perfect. Oh my god, that was a good game. That was really, really good. Okay, we are on the draw. Got a bit of interaction, lands, Aven Interrupter. Yeah, I guess we can keep this one. Ah, draw now, that's good. Seems like mono white control, maybe? Something like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can answer this token easily. Let's see if they go for Caretaker's Talent. Yeah, I'm fine taking 2 here. Yeah, they do. I guess I can wait until they want to copy the token with my bounce. So I will just splash in Fairy Mastermind. And with all of their additional card draw, we can also benefit from that. Interesting. Get lost. If they do have another one, we might be screwed here, but I'm fine going like this. Yeah, that's totally fine. I am confident that I can outrace my opponent. I think I will bounce one of them now. Sunfall. Okay, so they are definitely not happy with the situation that they are in. So I'm fine to counter this one. I'm still not in a spot where I can flash in Curiosity in an aggressive way. So I will just wait and see how things go. Get Lost Mastermind again. Okay. That's unfortunate. I could activate it, but I don't want to give my opponent another card, even though we would draw 2. Is it worth it? I think it is. If they level up Caretaker's Talent, I'd be really happy with that. Carrot Cake, okay. Make another token. They also get to draw another card. It's, yeah, quite good for them. Yeah, we'll definitely try to... I think I want to take care of Caretaker's Talent now. Simply to prevent even more card advantage for them. And yep, then that's fine. We can flash in Errant and Giada and start taking out their tokens. We also have a counterspell available. They left one on top. Recast Caretaker's Talent. Do I want to counter this one? Not necessarily. Sure, it's strong, but... we also get a really good tempo play, and I totally forgot about Authority of Councils. That's really bad. Okay, since they blocked, I do think we might see another Sunfall incoming. 3, 6, 7, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, we will just wait and see how things go. Honestly, I could make another token of my Aven Interruptor. I think I want to try this. So we got even more pressure. Elspeth, totally fine to counter that one. And we got 3 steps ahead for anything else. Keep up the pressure. Draw 2 more cards. Land, Drowner, okay. And I think I'm in a pretty comfortable spot here right now. This is probably fine. Though... I don't think... What do we have on top? Okay, since we have an Into Flood on top, I'm fine with that. Another Caretaker's Talent. It's also fine. They can activate both. Draw 2 cards. Or draw 3 cards. That's really, really good. Probably should have done something there. Yeah. But wait a second. If I flash in 2, I have 5 mana available. I can tap down 2 and bounce 1. So this is actually fine. Oh, but my opponent will gain life due to the authority. Oh, okay. That's also fine. Tap 1 down. Tap another 1 down. Okay, now we can swing in for... Oh, we got it, yeah. Because we see what's on top, we will just leave everything on top, pump up our creatures, and then swing in for the win. That was a good one, I like that. Okay, Tidebinder doesn't counter their stuff. I like Destroy Evil here. Can also go for negates. Drowners won't do much in this setup. I do like the Into the Floodmaw. Negate, destroy. Yeah, they won't be doing much without these cards. Fine like this. Oof. I like the hand, but I really need to draw some lands. Into the Floodmaw turn 1 is great. Fairy Mastermind is in here. All we need is lands. And I'm pretty sure I won't get it. Oh, we got it. That's dope. Okay. They just lost a lot of tempo. Yeah. Let's bring in Mastermind. See if they immediately want to get losted. Apparently, okay. Fine for me. Just give me a land. That's a land. Dope. Okay, opponent whiffed. We also. They have no virtue in hand, that's good to know. We found our land, that's dope. But that also tells me that they have even more removal in hand. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We just got our Sphinx going, that's super valuable. It was really risky. They could have had another... how's it called? Get lost. Show your shields down for 1 turn, but we got so much interaction, we can most likely... Okay, couldn't handle that. We keep drawing lands, that's really, really good. Carrot cake. Do I care much about a carrot cake? I mean, it will give them tokens. You know what? Let's delay it and bring a body onto the board. Lay down arms, okay. Do you want to pay an additional 3 for that? Okay, 3 steps ahead. Find me a land, please. Deering. Well, it's a body, so... How much do I care about this token? I think I will just counter it. It ain't much, but it's so much value. Okay, they got the backup carrot cake. Okay, left one on top. Now we can take out... Oh, let's double check. Don't want to gift anything. First token gone. Do we want to try to find another land? Yeah, let's try. Sphinx. Also gotta leave that one on top. Alright, we got a great pressure in the air. I'm fine taking one. It really feels like a sunfall. Okay. Fine for me. Yeah, let's see. If it resolves, if it sticks around. If we can get our card draw engine going. We are in a really comfortable spot. Yeah, and we got protection ready. Yeah, you better block. Okay, sacrifice the token. Here's the thing. Now is a really good window to crack my Sphinx and bring it in. But due to the fact that they have 3 cards in hand, there might be a Sunfall in it. We are currently pressuring our opponent really nicely. And I don't want to commit into a board where I can run into a Sunfall. That's fine. I think I want to commit Sphinx. I have 2 mana ready, I can still answer Enduring Innocence. Okay. Yeah, we just got him. That's so good. Holy smokes. Yeah, make your fish. Oh my god. That was just so much value. Yeah, we hit them for 9. We have a counter spell ready. We draw like 2 cards. Get lost into... Yeah. All we gotta do now is protect our board. Enduring is fine. Makes a fish. Yeah, GG. What a good game. Mono white control, here we go.